Hello, everyone. So we're going to talk about the key points of Chapter 11. Again, this is just a brief video to do an overview of the points that you should be most aware of. So we will start with the eligibility requirements for TRICARE. TRICARE is the Department of Defense's health insurance plan for military personnel and their families. TRICARE also includes managed care options, and it replaced the program that was known as the Civilian Health and Medical Program of Uniformed Services, which was CHAMPVA, more commonly known as CHAMPVA. So TRICARE is CHAMPVA's replacement. Members of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Public Health Service, and National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and their families are all eligible for TRICARE. Reserve and National Guard personnel become eligible when on active duty for more than 30 consecutive days or on retirement from reserve status at age 60. So those are the eligibility requirements. So when we compare TRICARE participating and non-participating providers, we need to remember a couple of things. TRICARE pays only for services rendered by authorized providers. And those authorized providers are certified by TRICARE regional contractors to have met specific educational, licensing, and other requirements. Once authorized, that provider then is assigned a PIN, and then must decide whether or not they are going to participate in providing TRICARE services covered by TRICARE to their beneficiaries. So participating providers accept the TRICARE allowable charges payment in full for services, so they cannot charge the patient any more than what TRICARE will pay. They are required to file claims on behalf of patients, and they may appeal claim decisions. Non-participating providers may not charge more than 115% of the allowable charge. They may not appeal a decision, and they are paid by the patient, and then TRICARE pays its portion of the allowable charges directly to the patient. So it's better, as usual, to see a participating TRICARE provider, but you can see non-participating providers with some of these stipulations listed here. Let me find the next point. Oh, here we go. Okay, so differentiate among the various TRICARE plans. You need to be able to do that. So TRICARE Standard is a fee-for-service plan in which medical expenses are shared between TRICARE and the beneficiary. Most enrollees will pay annual deductibles and then cost share percentages, so they'll pay a percentage of their share. TRICARE Prime is a managed care plan, and individuals are assigned a primary care manager who coordinates and manages that patient's medical care. Enrollees receive most healthcare services from military treatment facilities, such as a VA hospital. In addition to most of the benefits offered by TRICARE Standard, TRICARE Prime offers additional preventative care, including routine physical exams. Then you have TRICARE Extra, and that's a managed care plan where the services are primarily received from civilian facilities and physicians, and the individuals must receive healthcare services from a network of professionals. So one more thing to note here among the various TRICARE plans. The Department of Defense offers a program for Medicare-eligible military retirees and Medicare eligible family members called that TRICARE for Life. And that offers the opportunity to receive health care at a military treatment facility to individuals age 65 and over who are eligible for both Medicare and TRICARE. TRICARE beneficiaries entitled to Medicare Part A based on their age, disability, or end-stage renal disease are required by law to enroll in Medicare Part B to retain their TRICARE benefits. So there's a stipulation there. Lastly, TRICARE for Life acts as a secondary payer to Medicare. So what happens is Medicare will pay first, and then TRICARE is going to pay out the remaining out-of-pocket expenses. So there shouldn't be any cost to the beneficiary as long as they have both Medicare and TRICARE effective. So I just talked to you a little bit about that TRICARE for Life program. I kind of jumped the gun on that one. I apologize. So Again, under the TRICARE for Life program, individuals age 65 and over who are eligible for both Medicare and TRICARE may continue to receive health care at military treatment facilities. So they can't go to civilian facilities, but they can go to those VA hospitals and other military treatment facilities. Okay, so eligibility requirements for CHAMPVA. The Civilian Health and Medical Program of the Department of Veterans Affairs is what CHAMPVA stands for, and that's the government's health insurance program for the families of veterans with 100% service-related disabilities. That means that their disability has to be 100% connected to their service in the military. Under the program, healthcare expenses are shared between the Department of Veterans Affairs, which is the VA, and the beneficiary. So individuals eligible for CHAMPVA program include dependents of the veteran who is totally and permanently disabled due to a service-connected injury, dependents of a veteran who is totally and permanently disabled due to service-connected conditions at the time of death. So that doesn't necessarily mean that that they died immediately from their injury, but it could be something that was severe. There was that whole Agent Orange thing with the Vietnam War, I believe it was, and so there were a lot of service-connected deaths that happened, a couple of decades after the exposure, which caused them to develop these conditions from which they died. Survivors of a veteran who died as a result of service-related disabilities, and then the survivors of a veteran who died in the line of duty. Sorry, I kind of blocked that there. Okay, so to prepare accurate TRICARE and CHAMPVA claims is very important. The participating providers are going to file TRICARE claims with the contractor for the region on behalf of patients. Patients do not file their own claims. The provider does that. The individuals file their own TRICARE claims when services are received from non-participating providers. Most CHAMPVA claims are filed by providers and submitted to the centralized CHAMPVA claims processing center. So these are very specific rules when you're working with CHAMPVA claims. If it's a participating provider, the patients are not to file their own claim. If it's a private pay or a non-participating TRICARE provider, then they do file their claim and TRICARE reimburses them. And then again, most of these claims are submitted to the centralized CHAMPVA claims processing center.